It is an absolute bloodbath out there today. Everything in the market is pretty much dying. There's a couple things that are up, but a lot of things that you guys probably are invested in and that we're invested in are down for the day. A lot of things out of China are down. You know, NIO, CCIV, Lee. Obviously, CCIV is not out of China. Even DD's dead. Yeah, just a lot of bad things. But we do have some good news coming out of NIO. Actually, a lot of good news. So much that we couldn't make it all in this one video. So we're going to talk about that in this video. But before we do, we ask you guys to hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel, and we're trying to hit 6,000 subs by the end of this month. So let's do it. So the good news coming out of NIO right now is the fact that CICC has raised their price target on NIO up to $69, which is the perfect price target, if you know what I mean. Up 11% from where they had it, which is absolutely fantastic.
That's really good.
I was really hoping that would help today, but I wasn't expecting to see a lot of these stocks down almost 7% on the day. I mean, XPeng's down 7, NIO's 7, Tesla's down 2.3. Even CCIV's down 3.5%. Like, it is a bad day today. But it is a much needed, you know, I would say it's a much needed pullback to kind of help level things off from where we were going.
I mean, NIO is up, or was up like almost 50%, you know, at the low. But I mean, I wasn't looking for a 6 to 7% pullback. I mean, it would have been nice if it just consolidated for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on why it's pulling back. It's not just that, you know, the RSI was high. There's a lot of other crap that we'll get into.
Right, exactly. It seems that the old American news media strikes again, screwing everybody. It seems like every time we get 5 steps forward, we take 10 steps back. Even Kevin was kind of talking about this in his video the other day, and it's very frustrating that it's like as soon as things start to look up and things start to get better, oh, here comes COVID news, or here comes inflation rates, or here comes tensions between this, or America gets hacked, and it's just something, man. Yep. It's always something. It never ends. But going back to the news of CICC raising their price target, they actually raised it from them pulling it back initially in the year. So they did have it at $85 at the beginning of the year, but they lowered that price target to $62 based on like the chip shortage happening and just all the other, you know, things in the world going on that could cause it to come down. But from that 62, they raised it to 69, which is absolutely fantastic. Again, it's good to hear. I was really hoping it would drive it up today, but with all the things going on, it's not. CCIC also raised their delivery targets for NIO up to 98,000 this year.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that is massive. And that's up 5%, and they're expecting them to deliver about 170,000 in 2022. And we're actually going to talk about that in the next video, going into detail about that, because that's even bigger. So good things coming. Good things coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think, isn't this, we did the math on it, and they would have to do around like,
it was 90. I think it was like 9,500.
95
vehicles.
or 9,300 vehicles a month on average to meet that goal, which is fantastic. But yeah, for them raising their price target, it's like what I said. I assumed, you know, as the stock kind of goes higher, that more analysts are going to be raising their price targets as well. So yeah, here's just one of them that's raised it. But yeah, obviously that's good. $69 from where we're sitting now is, you know, pretty darn good.
Right, exactly. Well, they said that they also believe they're on track to deliver 26,000 vehicles in the third quarter and 30,000 in the fourth quarter. So hopefully we can hit those targets, because I want to see 10,000 units a month 10,000 before the end of the year. So, but they said CICC has said that NIO has delivered. Holy cow! NIO has developed systematic advantages in several aspects of their products, including product intelligence, brand premium. I can't even say that word. Premium. Yes, premiumize. I can't say it, dude. I can't say it. It's not happening. And user operations. So they're basically saying that NIO has developed, basically a big user-friendly experience in the car, even with like the NIO app and stuff like that in the NIO houses. It all interconnects, and that's what makes this brand so worth so much money. I'm just at a loss of words today. But based on this sales forecast, they said that they expect the NIO's non-GAAP net profit, which non-GAAP is basically everything that NIO makes before any taxes, interest, EBITDA, everything. Everything is That's all that they make aside from anything coming out. But they said that in 2021, they're expecting that to be anywhere between negative 402 million and negative 717 million. And then for next year, they're raising that to a positive 10 million. They're actually raising it from positive 10 million all the way up to 464 million, which is a hell of an increase.
That's a
hell of an increase. Right.
Yeah. But I mean, they've been spending money like crazy this year, expanding and stuff. So. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
right. Well, that's the thing. That's what they're taking into consideration is the expansion that they're going to do. We're going to talk more about them sending battery swap stations over to Europe because that just came out this morning. They're just building more stations, and then they're building more factories. So they're going to be pumping out even more vehicles. So again, like you were just saying, the expansion is what's causing that massive jump. Yeah. So good news. Good news. Even though I can't say the news, it's good news. So let's go ahead and look at the stock, show you guys what it's doing, and we'll kind of give you our thoughts on it. Maybe we'll show you where it's going to go and go from there. So this is kind of a tricky one to look at, and it's kind of tricky to follow, to kind of guess, I guess you can say, or predict where this is going to go because it's been so freaking wild the last 2 days. I was really hoping we were going to hold the 50, and we clearly blew past that. It wasn't even support at all. So I'm really hoping that this $45, $46 support is where we see actual support. This could have been just a quick run up and then that's it, which, we did have a great run up the last month and a half. So you definitely kind of saw this pullback coming. But I'm really hoping we stay above the 45, 46 and we test that. Maybe even you test it to see if it is a floor, and if it is, it supports it, and then we can kind of just ricochet off of that and go up in the new highs. But like Chad was saying with the RSI as well.
Yeah, the RSI was insane on a lot of things, obviously, because everything's been running up.
Right.
So it's only, there's got to be a pullback. I just wasn't hoping for this big of a pullback. But if you actually zoom in on NIO right now, it's actually starting to go back up. Same with XPeng and some other ones. So hopefully that continues. It'd be nice if there was, a nice buyback and we didn't finish down 6% today.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a price to be buying at. But yeah, we'll see if we get down to that like 46 mark and see if that is the resistance. But I hope we don't.
Right.
I hope we just go up from here.
Yeah, I don't want that either. And like you said, like we see that, if we look at the RSI, we can see that it was way down here in the 25s when people are starting to buy back, and obviously it's going to go back up. But this one's a little bit more crazy because it's minute to minute, so this one's going to fluctuate a lot more. Usually we kind of go off the year to date. That's going to give us more information and kind of tell us where it's headed. But we're still down about the 50s, which is where you want to see it sit. So I'm kind of hoping we bounce off of this 50, similar to like what we did back here where we bounce off the 50 and go right back up, because that's usually where you want to see it sit.
Yeah, usually you want to be buying kind of around low 50s because then it usually bounces back up from there.
Right.
So yeah, it could start bouncing up now, especially because, there's a big pullback. So a lot of people are going to want to take advantage of that and buy back in. Right. Or buy more shares. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw that, we could see that we were sitting up here towards 70, even upwards of, at the year chart 75. And if you got even closer and within a month or so, it was up in the 80s and 90s, almost 90. Yeah, ridiculous. So it's real good to see the pullback. I mean, we saw the pullback here as well, but we're finally starting to see it here. So I'm kind of hoping it just does that little reverse and just keeps going in that direction, push back up towards that higher RSI, so that way the stock goes up. But
one of the reasons, I'll just get into this real quick. One of the reasons why I think it's possibly down, a lot of the Chinese stuff is down, is because of the China-Taiwan tensions, and then the U.S. of course is going to be backing Taiwan. And there was talks about Japan possibly as well, but then I saw something this morning where they said that they might not. So yeah, I mean, if Taiwan and China get into like some kind of fight and the U.S. has to step in too, obviously that's no good. That's really no good. We really don't want like some war between the U.S. and China because that's not going to be good for anybody. But yeah, so there was more just fear about that, and also more fear being pushed out about like a market crash or some kind of crisis coming out. So yeah, a bunch of negativity. So
yeah, we got to get out of it in order to go back up. So hopefully we start to see this thing go back up, and we'll do what we do best, and that's give you guys all the news as it comes out. As far as the end of the week, we still have NIO Power Day to look forward to. So hopefully, fingers crossed that's a little bit more light in our direction.
We'll
but
see.
it's so hard telling where this is going to go, because obviously this is one of those days that nobody can really predict. Oh, there's going to be absolute crapshoot of news coming out today, that causes it to go down 6%. So if this news didn't come out, would NIO be down? Maybe not, because the good news of them getting a price target increase would be driving it up.
Yeah, there's a crazy amount of good news that's came out about NIO. But yeah, I mean, I felt like we weren't really going to have a whole lot of movement this week. Basically, if we finish back at 50 by the end of this week, I'll be happy again.
Right.
Just with how much everything's been running up, putting all the bad news aside, I mean, I figured we would consolidate for a little bit because it's needed. Unfortunately, but that's how it works. But yeah, I didn't expect a whole lot of movement this week. And then also with the NIO Power Day, it's not like a super hyped up thing like NIO Day itself. So I don't really see any gains coming from that. Maybe like a couple percent. I mean, that would be nice. But yeah, I don't see it being like a huge catalyst or anything.
Right. But that's going to wrap up this quick NIO afternoon update. We hope you guys enjoyed this content. Again, we got a video coming out later tonight to explain more about what CICC's got going on with NIO and where they see it going as well. But if you guys like this kind of content, you know what to do. Hit that like, share, notification bell, even that sub button, because again, we're trying to hit 6,000 subs by the end of this month. So let's make that happen. Let's do it. We got links down in the description. We got one down there for the Patreon. That's what gets you access to the Discord for all those asking. That gets you access to the Discord with all the members over there, our portfolios, and even the Discord portfolio that's over there. So if you guys are interested in that, that is down below in the comment section and in the description. And we also got one down there for Weeble, and we got one down there for the Sock Dudes merchandise. So if you guys are interested in any of that, it's all down there, and go get you some. So again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We'll see you guys in the next video.